Alright, so I recorded a video earlier and talking about the tsunami in Japan, and when I went back to watch it, I realized it was kind of insensitive. So what we're going to do is stay away from that topic altogether. I'm not sure what I want to talk about, but people seem to enjoy my driving rants, so I'll just let it flow. Oh. Yeah, that's better. Those of you who watched the last driving rant all the way to the end, thank you. And you'll know that I want to name my truck. Not sure what I want to name it. I want to give it like an old-time manly name, not a girl's name. But yeah, just put your suggestions down in the comments bar there. For those of you who didn't notice in my last video, I have a website for my metalwork business. You can find it in the description bar, but it's bit.ly/Bendale Knife and Forge. Is the URL, the shortened URL that I use. Yeah, go check it out. I just have some pictures of the stuff I've done, some short description of some of the knives. It's not quite finished yet. I'm still doing some work on it. I spent the last few hours in Hyde Park. That was an interesting ride. Interesting walk. Really muddy. Stupid me, I wore my running shoes instead of my boots. And my feet aren't too wet, because I was very careful, but it kind of sucked. That pickup truck has lights on it, like police lights, but it's an uncovered pickup truck. That's weird. Maybe I can catch up to it and see. Yeah, Hyde Park. It was. I was going through the dog walk area. I was visiting a friend, and we decided to take her dog for a walk. And it's kind of fun. I want a dog. Can't afford a dog, but I want a dog. Stupid rain. When I'm driving, it's heavy enough to have the wipers on fast. When I'm stopped, it's not heavy enough to keep them on fast. So, Our Life Morning Drive-By does this drive-by every day. Or not every day, but they put up a few videos a week. And, sort of like what they do, so that's why I've been doing these more often, because they're easy to do. You just record like 30 or 40 minutes of video or whatever, however long you're driving, and then you hack it up and leave in the best parts. Except for the fact that I can't see if this camera is recording. I could turn on the little red dot, but I like it off. So I don't know. Oh, there was a big pothole there and I missed it. I don't know if the camera's recording or not. I'm pretty sure it is. And I can turn it around, but where would the fun in that be? You're still wobbling around. Why are you still wobbling around? Hopefully that fixed it. Yeah, so I have a camera mount. I'm not using my hands. And a few of the guys at the gathering were talking about camera mounts. And a few different ones were mentioned, like the Gecko, for instance. It is really one of the best ones. But there are so many others out there. Not really available through retail, which is kind of weird. You gotta kind of order them online. But yeah, what I've done here is actually I've taken an old GPS mount, suction cup mount that used to go to an old GPS system I have that I've now upgraded to this one, the Garmin 625. I've taken that mount And actually, it wasn't all that difficult. All I had to do was drill a couple holes through the head of the mount. It's actually still functional in its original function, but all I did was I drilled 2 holes, bolted on a piece of 1-inch square aluminum tube, and then from that tube I bolted on one of those dollar store tripods. I just took the actual tripod part off the bottom, and I'm just using the swivel head. So, I mean, all in all, it was a free mount, except for the $1 I spent on the tripod. But it worked beautifully, and there's actually a bit of a gap in the aluminum between the camera and the suction cup. Like the suction cup is up on the window, and then it comes down and across, and then goes back up. So what I'm going to do is I have a piece of aluminum C-channel that will fit over the top. It fits around this 1-inch aluminum. So what I'm going to do is take that C-channel. For those of you who didn't see the last video, I'm going to use some Kydex, which is the stuff I make the sheaths out of, my knife sheaths, and I'm going to fashion myself a dash mount for my phone, because on my old car I used to be able to sit the phone up, and it would sit on the dash just below the speedometer. So it would cut off like up to the 20 kilometers an hour or so, and that wasn't a big deal. But yeah, I used to be able to do that in my old car, but this one, I have not found a decent place to put my phone so I can see it. Currently it's between my legs. That's why you saw me looking down a second ago, about a minute ago. But yeah, I'm going to fashion that. I'll show you when it's done, and I'll show you the camera mount at the same time. I don't really see much point in showing the camera mount now, and then showing the phone mount later. Yeah, I get all these projects in my head, and I have to get them out. So I like sharing my thoughts with you like this. It's a good way to relieve some stress. Oh, look at that! There's a bus broke down. You might be able to see it go by me here. Should be about now. You asshole. This guy here is merging on. You are not coming into my lane, fucktard. This guy's merging onto the highway. He has to fucking push his way in instead of going back 1 car where there was a gap of at least 15 car lengths. He had to get that 1 car. The guy's trying to push his way in front of me without a signal on. I hate people like that. Bet you was trying to get on the express. Guess what? You either go way in front of me or behind me, because I'm not letting you on. Jackass. I'm trying to stop the swearing, too. It's just when I drive, I have to swear, because there's really stupid people out here. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my last video or the one that I recorded this morning, that I'm not going to use. I might use parts of it, but probably not. But at the gathering, Mark the tech guy was, he mentioned to me that apparently he was watching one of my videos, and his wife walked past and heard me swearing, and she was a little bit offended, or she mentioned that she didn't know you could do that or whatever. But if you're watching this, Mark, I want you to call your wife in and rewind the video a little bit to give her some preemptive information there. And I'm sorry. I don't know your name, but I apologize for swearing. Oh, yeah, going back to what I was talking about earlier with my website. I have a few things up on eBay. I will put that link in the description. The link to my general eBay page that sort of has all my information and lists all my all the stuff I'm selling. Yeah, if you're interested, go check it out. I have a knife up there, and I have a bottle opener. Just tell me what you think. Maybe they're overpriced, I don't know. The bottle opener I had up there weeks ago. Excuse me, burped. I had it up there weeks ago and it didn't sell, so trying it again. It's weird, I find I talk differently when I'm talking to the camera. When I'm just talking with a group of friends or with my family or something, I talk very differently. I tend to enunciate more when I'm talking to the camera. And I talk louder, too. I don't know if that's because, subconsciously I know I have to talk louder, or if it's just my fucked up mind. I'm not really sure. So, another thing I was thinking about is organizing a gathering. It was mentioned on the Facebook page that we do a gathering like a Canadian VidCon. I think that's a good idea, but I really don't think it's going to go anywhere. I haven't heard anything about it in months, so I don't think it's going anywhere. But what I'd like to do is organize a gathering for somewhere around Reading Week. What's that, the end of May? End of April? I'm not sure. And I was thinking about holding it in Scarborough instead of Young Dundas Square. The square is a central sort of location. Everyone knows how to get there. But I find that it can be a pain in the ass to get there. Those of you who drive, you'd have to pay an exorbitant amount of money to park, or you have to drive somewhere to take the TTC, which is what I normally do. I drive to Kennedy Station and take the subway. But I'm trying to think of a place in Scarborough, and I have a few in mind that you can literally drive to, park, we hold the gathering, you get in your car and you leave. And a few of these places are literally right off the subway line, so those of you who are taking the subway, it would be just as much of a distance to walk as if you were going to Young Dundas. But if you have any suggestions on that, please let me know, because I'm interested in getting your opinion.